Hello everyone, how's it going? Today we're talking about Suicide Squad killed the Justice League again. If you like the content, remember to like, sub, and share. It does help a great deal. Super thanks and join does support me directly. And if you dislike the video, dislike it. So Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has basically tarnished Rocksteady's entire reputation. It was so bad that the founders left before the game was even released. When it came out, yeah, there are people who were very vocal about this game who liked it, but the large majority saw it for what it was. It was a crappy looter shooter trying to capitalize on live service, and ultimately it just fumbled and failed dramatically, and I applaud that because it tarnished the reputation of Rocksteady. It spit on the reputation of the DC universe, such as Green Lantern, The Flash, Batman, especially Superman, Kevin Conroy, Lex Luthor. Like, Wonder Woman was given some credit, but it also, I would argue, was artificial because it wasn't real respect. It was just given because she was a woman. Like the way Harley Quinn praised Wonder Woman for all these aspects despite never meeting her and having no connection with her. Everyone, including myself, were like, she has more of a connection with Batman than she does with Wonder Woman. Regardless, this game was a trash fire, and they couldn't even get players to play it when they gave it away to through Amazon's Amazon Prime system with Twitch. So you can see here, these are the current numbers, not even breaking 200 people, but that's about the same number of people playing Concord, and it lost WB over $200 million, which again, I applaud. But unfortunately, when this happens, it means the people who suffer aren't the people who made the decision to make this game, which a lot of people wanted this game to be made because after the Arkham Origins teaser, a lot of people wanted a Suicide Squad game, but unfortunately we got this crap. They should have instead made it a single player game starring Deathstroke as he recruited these members, which would have been, to me, a brilliant idea, but instead they went with this garbage. But either way, we all know what happens after a major failure like this. Executives start cutting costs within the studio, not taking responsibility for, their own actions, like Nintendo did with the Wii U, where a bunch of executives, including Satoru Iwata, took a pay cut so no one would lose their jobs to keep employee morale up. So Rocksteady has been hit by layoffs after Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League underperformed one staff member made redundant while on paternity leave. Wow, you can't really get any more evil than that, I guess, unless you're talking about buying cars with massive amounts of money while you fire your entire half your company. Rocksteady staff has told Eurogamer of redundancies at the studio following the underperformance of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. The company's QA department has seen its size cut almost in half over the past month. Eurogamer understands from 33 team members to 15, with poor sales of Suicide Squad directly cited as the reason for its restructuring. By the way, they're also working on a sequel to Batman Arkham Origins, which is a VR game. It looks pretty good. I saw it, and unfortunately, I feel like this is just going to make things a lot worse because now they're going to have to depend on that game to succeed, or it's just going to get worse for them. The job losses extend outside of QA too. One staff member posted publicly on social media over the weekend revealed they had been told they were being made redundant in the middle of their paternity leave. Yeah. Eurogamer has contacted Suicide Squad publisher Warner Bros. For comment, but has so far not received a response. Rocksteady staff who requested to remain anonymous told Eurogamer that a loss of so many roles in the development's QA department, including team members with specialized knowledge, would leave their remaining colleagues shouldered more work. There has been an acknowledgement by Rocksteady senior management that product quality will now suffer as a result, staff say. Staff members affected by the job cuts include numerous junior staff, but also several team members employed by Rocksteady for more than 5 years. So they fired veteran staff, which is absolutely stupid even more. Last month, Warner Bros. Reported a 41% fall in gaming revenue year on year due to weak performance of Suicide Squad after previously saying it had lost $200 million on that game. Work continues on Suicide Squad post-launch content, though nothing has been said of what, if anything, will come. The post-launch content has been true garbage. I 100% in both the Joker and the Mrs. Freeze DLC. They are trash. Like, the opening cutscenes were made cheaply. The characters themselves are just knockoffs of the original Joker, the Jungler. It's not even really Joker. He's just like a knockoff version of Joker. And Mrs. Freeze, think of everything good about Mr. Freeze, like every interesting quality, and just wipe it clean. She's basically a walking stereotype for gay women. Like, she has the pixie cut. She's a muscle mommy. It's just like these developers who designed this character decided we're gonna make the stereotype about lesbian females a reality, and they just took it, and it's really actually pretty insulting in my opinion. Not to mention the character really just sucked. It had no good qualities to them. I was just like, you could have literally just swapped out Nora with Mr. Freeze's position, like just swap the characters out where Mr. Freeze is the one who's frozen and Nora is the one trying to save him, and that would have been far better and more interesting. I think a lot of people would have preferred that because it would have had a really good different dynamic on that situation, how Nora would have affected that situation, given that Mr. Freeze was so overwhelmed with loss and his devotion to Nora that he started killing people. And then in Arkham Knight, they showed that she would not want any of this. She tells him that and tells him to stop. He agrees to stop, and they spend the remainder of their time together for whatever life she has left in her. I know I'm kind of going on a ramble. It's just like Arkham Knight was such a brilliant game. To go from that to this is heartbreaking. So yeah, the studio is absolutely in danger at this point. I don't know how they're going to continue forward with such a failure as Suicide Squad, because remember, they still have content for that, which includes, I believe, Deathstroke and another character. I don't give a damn to look it up, but yeah, not exactly the best situation. I don't think I mentioned this, but they also try to make you pay for the DLC content that was supposed to be free. So you would pay $10 to instantly gain access to the character, but you still had to grind out the levels to gain access to their exclusive mission in order to fight a reskinned version of Brainiac. So just to give, just to be aware of how lazy this game was, they just reskinned the final boss, Brainiac, one of the most dangerous beings in the DC universe, one of Superman's most notorious and powerful enemies, is rendered into a joke, basically. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad this game failed, but I am sad that Rocksteady is losing employees. I never advocate for people to lose their jobs. It can be very devastating. I've been in that boat before, where you're like wondering, what do I do now? Where do I go? Where's my next paycheck going to come? How am I going to feed myself, my family, all that stuff? So I can understand, like, it can go really, really dark side with a lot of these people who just suddenly, especially after during paternity leave, like, God. Yeah, so I'm not happy about that, but it is business after all, and the people who made these decisions are the ones should suffer, not the people who were just like, told to do what they were supposed to do. But tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinion. That's it from me. Goodbye.